Hello friends, this is a 2-mark question on DBMS on topic transaction and concurrency control. The question reads as follows. In the schedules given below, the label Ri of x and Wi of x indicates a read and write of element x respectively by transaction Ti. And here we are given two schedules S1 and S2. The question asks us to choose the correct options about schedule S1 and S2. As can be seen from the options, all options are about conflict serializability of schedule S1 and S2. We say that a schedule S is conflict serializable to schedule S prime if schedule S can be transformed into schedule S prime with the series of swaps of non-conflicting operations. We say that a pair of operations is conflicting if one of them is a right operation. Now, let us plot this schedule S1 and S2 with respect to time. So, this is how these two schedules look like with respect to time. Here, the conflicting operations between different transactions of a schedule are shown with same shape. For example, the read operation on variable A in transaction 2 is conflicting with write operation on variable A in transaction 1. Similarly for others. As we know, the simplest way to determine if a schedule is conflict serializable is to plot the precedence graph for the schedule. So, let us plot the precedence graph for these two schedules. This is how the precedence graph for these schedules look like. In precedence graph, we have one vertex for each of the transactions in the schedule. As both the transactions have both of the schedules have three transactions, we have three vertices, and we draw an edge from the first vertex to second vertex if the conflicting operation occur in transaction first before the second transaction. For example, here the write operation on variable B in transaction 2 is conflicting with read operation on variable B in transaction 3, and here the conflicting operation is occurring first in transaction 2 and then in transaction 3. So we draw an edge from vertex R2 to R3. Similarly for others. So after drawing the precedence graph, if the precedence graph does not have any cycle, that means the schedule is conflict serializable. Otherwise, it's not a conflict serializable schedule. So, as can be seen from this graph, the precedence graph for S1 does not have any cycle. So, we can say that S1 is conflict serializable. However, for schedule S2, the precedence graph contains a cycle. Hence, schedule S2 is not a conflict serializable schedule. Now, if we look at the options, only option B has the correct information, that is, schedule S1 is conflict serializable but S2 is not, and S1 is valid under non-strict two-phase locking protocol but S2 is not. In case of two-phase locking protocol, we acquire a lock before accessing the data, and any lock is not simultaneously held by multiple transactions, and once a transaction releases a lock, it cannot acquire the lock further, and this can be easily validated by looking at the timeline of schedule S1. So the correct answer to this question would be option B. Thank you.